Okay, we're talking about using an auger here, one-man auger. This is a pretty good auger. It's an E43 Earthquake. I just got it at Menards yesterday, and I've already drilled probably 15 to 20 holes, about 2.5 feet deep in Wisconsin, southeast Wisconsin soil, which is half clay, half dirt. Here's some thoughts about it. It crumbles up the dirt real easy, into small pieces, so it's easy to pack back in when you're putting your post in. Here's what I want to show you, a couple things I learned in the last 16 hours. I used to run one of these from my dad, but we never had one like this. Here's a kind of a hand position that you're going to want, or you'll learn the hard way. Put your right hand out here and rest your forearm on that gas cap. Put your left hand in this position so that when you hit a root or a rock, and you will, if you're in this position, it's going to push against your hand. Could even maybe break your arm. I mean, there's that much force when you hit something hard if you're trying to hold back on it. So just hold it here and it'll pull away your hand. So that's really good. Also, don't put your knee or your hip or anything on this side of this handle, because the same thing's going to happen when it hits your leg or your knee or your hip. So you'll find that you'll want to be down under here like this. So if it does take off, it's going to miss you. It does help to clear the hole every now and then. Pull up on it just a little bit and go back at it. You're going to get hot exhaust in your face. It's not terrible, but that's your exhaust and it comes up. So on a hot summer day, it's just going to be a hot job. What else have I learned? You'll want to go all the way down to the spring, just about. That'll give you that 2.5 foot. Started right up. The only thing I had to do was put a 50-to-1 mix in and make this connection here, as they say in the instructions. Other than that, it's ready to go. It's powerful. I would say, how long does it take me to drill holes? In this soil, probably takes me about a minute, minute and a half. And keep a spade handy. That's another great tool. When you do hit a rock or a root, you can cut the root out with the spade. Don't forget to cut both sides of the root, or this will grab it the other side again. The rock, depending on how big it is, you can dig that out too with your spade. Here's a rock I just hit. You can see how big it is. It's half the size of a baseball, and I could feel it. It really jammed me up good. And roots of, it'll cut through roots about this thick if you go slow and easy. When it feels like it's starting to bounce, you know you're on top of a root or a rock. So go easy if you want to try to let it cut the root, or just pull it out and cut it yourself. That's a few things I've learned. I think they're all valuable because this is new. I'm feeling it right now. And oh, I used a board. There's my 10-footers. I'm putting posts every 10 feet, so don't worry about a tape measure and the brush. Just use a 10-foot board and mark it every 10 feet if you want. If it's not important that it's perfectly straight, go around trees that you see how I had to go around a number of trees here just to avoid some roots, make life a little bit easier. Anyhow, I hope that's helpful, and regardless of the one-man auger you purchase or use, I mean, you might want to rent one, you're going to probably feel all those same effects. I keep a trimmer handy because you get into the brush. If you're cutting in brush, you'll want to cut some brush out of your way as you go, and maybe some loppers for heavier. We're going to put a horse in this, and anyways, that's the plan here. So hope it was helpful.